everybody. I'm Carolyn Friedlander, and I'm really excited to share with you guys some new stuff that I have coming out at this quilt market. I have 2 new thread sets with Aurifil that I'm really excited about, and I have them right here. And it's a light and a dark set, And what gave me the idea is my newest fabric collection is called Instead, and it's a fabric collection with Robert Kaufman. There are 15 pieces, and it's all focused on a very dark color palette. I have a project here showing some of the pieces in the collection. And while I was working on this really dark color palette, I thought, wow, that'd be really neat to put together a couple thread sets that played off of light and dark. We'll come back to this in a second. So each of the sets is focused on either, a lighter or dark palette, but then it's also a mixed collection. So I have a couple 50 weight threads, I've got 3 80 weight threads, and then 5 12 weight, all focused on just dark colors. And the reason for that is that I liked thinking about it as a really good basic. Hard to hear. So, with the 50 weight, that's really great for machine piecing. I'll machine quilt with it also. You can hand piece with that. The 80 weight cotton thread is my favorite for applique. And then the 12 weight cotton thread is what I really like to use for big stitch quilting. So I kind of like the idea that in one set you could cover all your bases for a bunch of different techniques and projects, all within either a light or a dark palette. So I consider the 80 weights to be like the 50 weight and the 80 weights to be like super functional, because those are more of, you'd use those in your piecing and things, but then the 12 weight, these thicker ones, are kind of a little bit more fun. So that's where I explored a few different light and dark colors that you can use in your projects. So like in this pillow, for example, this is from my Sunrise pattern. This is one of the mini blocks that's in the pattern, and I foundation paper pieced the blocks with the 50 weight cotton thread, and then on top I also quilted with the 50 weight cotton thread, but then I also did a little bit of big stitch hand quilting. You can see some of these threads. 2 of those are in the collection, in the thread set, and I just like how it adds a little extra detail. It gives it a little pop of, even though this is still a dark color, it just kind of pops in a neat way. So it's kind of a fun thing to do. But something else that I think would be really fun with these thread sets is, even though I used the dark on my dark project, it'd be fun to use some of the light stuff on a dark project too, because I think that could really be a nice accent. Alright, so I brought a little something to show you guys how to make it, and that is the quilt that's on the cover of the dark set is one of my new patterns called Arlo, and it's a new take on a hexagon, just a classic hexagon. And because it's a hexagon, you can make it in a few different ways. You can machine piece it, hand piece it, or English paper piece it. So that's up to you. But you start off with your different pieces that you'll join together, and I have all of mine marked with 1/4 inch seam allowance. That's what I'm using. And so these, you join the 2 sections together by matching everything up. And so if you're going to machine piece it, I'd machine sew it. If you're going to hand piece it, hand sew it. Or with English paper piecing, it'd be a little bit different, but you could do that too. Once you have your blocks sewn together, that's one block sewn together, you're going to sew it together into rows like this. So you can see on the back here, I've sewed each of these seams. Then you're going to pop that into your layout like I have here, and then you're going to sew each seam one at a time. So you're going to put those sides together, sew that seam, open it up, sew this one together, that seam, and you're just going to keep going until you've got your 2 rows sewn together like that. And then what's really cool on the back is the way you press your seams, they kind of all end up spinning. You can see this one goes that way, and this way, and that makes a nice flat open seam in the center. So it makes for a nice flat finished. Cool.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Obviously it's a pretty classic shape, but with different fabrics, and you could spin these blocks in different ways and come up with different things, and then after you get this sewn together, you could go back to the 12 weight cotton threads and add some nice texture and quilting in there, and it'd be really, really neat. So,
and where can people find the pattern?
The pattern is going to be available on my website as a PDF by the end of this month, and it should start shipping next week.
Fantastic.
And I also have acrylic templates coming out with this pattern as well.
Awesome. So. And then the thread collection is presenting here at Market. They should be available in stores, I would say, around the beginning to mid-June. And the fabrics?
Fabrics are shipping in July.
Excellent.
Yeah, fabric is shipping in July.
Okay. That's awesome. We're super excited. The quilt is gorgeous, and we're really excited about the 2-thread collection. So thank you so much, Carolyn.
Thank you.
All right. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.